They are such freaking liars. You know, these Democrats are always accusing Republicans of coping and lying, anything to defend their cult leader, Donald Trump. That's what they always say, right? No matter what Donald Trump does, people are going to justify it. They're going to lie and they're going to defend him. I don't think that's a very fair narrative. I think for the most part, we're defending Donald Trump against illegitimate persecution from the deep state and the corrupt mainstream media, but they always lob that accusation. But as usual, what is it? It's 100% freaking projection. Here we go, another Democrat's in trouble. Not too long ago, it was Bob Menendez. Again, impossible to find any Democrat willing to go on the record condemning this guy, even though there's legitimate evidence that he essentially sold himself to a foreign nation, a corrupt, illegal shadow lobbyist. No Democrat was willing to condemn him. Now we have Jamal Bowman, the same thing. The amount of lies that Democrats peddle to defend this guy, and I say lies because it's now pretty much verified, 100% verified, as we have more security footage that is dropped. Jamal Bowman is facing censure as well as potential criminal charges for obstructing an official congressional proceeding. This little 17-second video clip of Jamal Bowman exposes the entire elitist Democrat class as total partisan hacks and straight up liars. Like usual, staring every American in the eye and lying for partisan gain. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so here's the clip of Jamal Bowman. Interesting. Did you guys see that? He's ripping down signs, turns around, and then explicitly pulls the fire alarm, knowing exactly what he was doing. Every single BS excuse. Here was his initial statement. I want to personally clear up confusion surrounding today's events. Today, as I was rushing to make a vote, I came to a door that is usually open for votes, but today would not open. I am embarrassed to admit that I activated the fire alarm, mistakenly thinking that it would open the door. One of the stupidest things I've ever read. I regret this and sincerely apologize for any confusion that this has caused. What confusion? The only person who seems confused is you absolute clown. He claims he was trying to get out the door, yet based on the video footage we literally just saw with our own eyeballs, he had no intention of going through the door. In fact, he never even tried to open the door. He took two signs. Not exactly sure what those signs are. Apparently they were warning signs, that's how people are describing them. He grabbed them, threw them on the ground, ripped the fire alarm, and then ran away. Really trying to get through that door. What a BS excuse, but again, it boils down to one thing, lying. And also another, I mean, something we constantly see from these Democrats, treating us as if we're stupid, you know?
They're filing a motion to expel a member who, in a moment of panic, was trying to escape a vestibule. Give me a break.
Telling us the sky is purple when we're literally staring at it and we can clearly tell that it's blue. We're looking at a freaking riot, arson, destruction, and looting, and they look at us straight in the face and say, this is a peaceful protest. Those people are fighting for social justice. Are you stupid? Or do you think I'm stupid? That's what comes to mind all the time. Clearly they think we're stupid. Here's another lying clown, Hakeem Jeffries, coming out to the defense of Jamal Bowman.
I mean, many of these lawmakers on the other side of the aisle who had their hair on fire about what appears to have been an inadvertent action taken by Congressman Bowman, to which he is now being held accountable for.
This man literally said what appears to have been an inadvertent action taken by Jamal Bowman. Let's play that quote as we watch the video. I think it's going to be perfect.
What appears to have been an inadvertent action. What appears to have been an inadvertent action. What appears to have been an inadvertent action.
Again, the question is, are you stupid or do you think I'm stupid? These Democrats who are always going on and on about virtue and honesty and integrity have no integrity. The same people going on and on about misinformation and disinformation are the biggest crooks and the biggest liars. Every single time. I mean, without fault, without question. Then Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez did a little media tour after Jamal Bowman was caught committing this illegal act, and it was nothing but, again, a dishonest defense and whataboutism. Oh, but what about George Santos?
There was an interesting moment over the weekend when your New York colleague, Congressman Jamal Bowman, and he's under investigation for this now after Capitol Police say he pulled a fire alarm in one of the House office buildings. Democrats were trying to delay a final vote on the bill. There he is pulling the fire alarm. He says it was an accident. He thought pulling the alarm would open a door based on the fact that the doors to his right there were locked, and there was a sign that he said he was, I think someone said it was confusing. I'll be honest, it doesn't really make sense to me, his explanation. Have you talked to him? What's going on there?
I mean, listen, I think if you actually do see some of the photos of the signs, I think there's something to be said about the government's about to shut down. There's a vote clock that's going down. The exits that are normally open in that building were suddenly closed.
So you pulled the fire alarm?
So what I am here to say is that House administration and U.S. Capitol Police and Jamal Bowman are an active, and he's fully participating in saying there was a misunderstanding. But what I do think is important to raise is the fact that Republicans, representatives like Nicole Malliotakis and others, immediately moved to file motions to censure, motions to expel, before there has even been conversations that are finished to even see if there was a misunderstanding here. But what they did do, while they did that, what they did not do was to commit to the same when George Santos was actually found guilty after a thorough investigation of 13 federal charges. He's indicted on everything from wire fraud to actual lying of House investigators.
What about George Santos? I haven't met a single Republican who likes this guy and is willing to defend his actions. To be completely honest with you, I think he should have resigned months ago. I don't see anybody doing media tours willfully and purposely lying to defend George Santos. It's a ridiculous argument. Meanwhile, Democrats are freaking everywhere, again defending criminal action. Probably where we're going to start to wrap this video. Jamal Bowman has turned himself in.
Congressman Jamal Bowman turning himself in moments ago. Fox News cameras capturing this exclusive video of the squad member surrendering. The lawmaker from New York is expected to plead guilty after being charged with falsely pulling the fire alarm at a congressional office building. It happened just before the House voted on a stopgap spending bill to fund the government. Last month, Bowman is set to be arraigned at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time.
He is officially being charged. Here's the document from the Superior Court of the District of Columbia Criminal Division. District of Columbia versus Jamal Bowman. They write, "You are hereby commanded to appear before the Criminal Division Superior Court of District of Columbia at 500 Indiana Avenue, Washington, D.C. on October 26, 2023 at 9:30 a.m., courtroom 316, to answer to a criminal information charging you with 22 DC 1319A false fire alarm." He is guilty, 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 and all these Democrat clowns defending this guy are a bunch of partisan hacks, liars, who don't respect you enough to admit the basic truth. It's absolutely despicable. Many people say, well, it's not a big deal. No, it is a big deal. If somebody shows that they are able, open, and willing to lie to you, that person cannot ever be trusted. The last 3 years of Democrat control has been an incredibly frustrating experience of constantly being lied to about frickin' everything, from Joe Biden's daily non-stop lies about literally everything to these congressional representatives. They're just awful across the board. Anyways, that's what I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.